helpful to see where we are.
And what's your basis for the 3%, based on our past experience?
Well, talking with the assessor and looking at the website, they do, right now they're actively posting where they are with reassessments and new construction. And so they said their countywide average as of today, which of course they go all the way through the middle of May to figure out what the assessed values are, is 2.95 county average. And Atherton has, I think, over 4% growth, maybe 6% growth, I can't remember right now. But so of course our share of that countywide increase I think would be high. So with talking with him, he recommended that 3% growth would be conservative.
They agree.
Terry Flynn agreed with me. Also, it kind of also allows for any assessment appeals that are in there. He said I need to put in a contingency number for assessment appeals. And everybody has assessment appeals still outstanding. There's a couple of them in Atherton for, you know, requesting assessed value adjustments of $7 million, which would be a significant hit to our property tax downward, of course. Nobody's going to ask for a appeal.
Yeah, nobody will ask for
I'd like to know what house it is and we can put it up for sale.
So, you know, as those work through too, those will affect the overall property tax, so you don't want to be too, anyway, so that's.
Are we through our agenda?
Well, I was just gonna tell you a little bit more
Oh,
about
I'm sorry, I'm not.
revenue, but if you need to go, you can.
Well, no, I don't wanna
Okay.
cut the meeting short.
I'll just tell you a couple more revenue sources. So another revenue source that,
No, what page you on, because I wanna stay up.
We're on the final.
I'm on page 20 of 26 in the PowerPoint.
Okay.
So page 18 was the graph showing kind of what the breakdown of the general fund revenue is. Then there's a property tax graph, then there's a building revenue, which of course building revenue is, you know, dependent on residential development here in town. And so it goes up and down. At mid-year, we just increased our revenue projections by almost 40% from the original budget that was adopted in June. So I just did a small amount of growth for the budget. I think I put in about, maybe 4% or 3% growth for building revenue right now. 2%, yeah, just because we had already increased it so much.
What are encroachment fees?
Encroachment fees, what is that? It's when someone needs to use the public right-of-way. So a lot of times when they're doing construction or building, they have to use the public right-of-way for staging area, or to cross over to put in a driveway, or things like that. And so we charge them a permit fee.
And you want to join the road, then you have
1.6
to
million
you have
of
to pay an
encroachment
encroachment fee so you can actually connect to the street.
Oh, that's going on up at Fair Oaks.
And different, yeah, for different, you know, different constructions going on, or especially new development, they put in new.
Well, that's a lot of money, maybe 6.
Well, they raised the fee structure a couple of years ago, and they're really sticking it to people from the
Well, it
driveway.
addresses.
I don't know, person, I have to pay it, so I'm
You know
I
what
can
it
tell you.
is.
I know
Yeah.
what it is.
It's
I think we
also
should be dropping that
Stability of
personally.
the road, drainage
I
issues.
can't believe I
it's
haven't
supposed to
paid it,
cover
I guess I
those
haven't
types
done
of
anything.
Well,
I'm a sewer and water guy, I just spent $7,000 on my 12-foot of sewer line.
things. Okay, well then franchise taxes is something that you'll know that about 7% of our general fund is franchise taxes. Part of that's the franchise tax we get from PG&E, then also from
Cal Water.
the waste provider, Cal Water, and cable company, so.
What about the money for the burying the stuff, what is that? You know, burying the overhead lines, we get 2% a year. It's building up in some reserve someplace.
Yeah, what is that called again? That's like gas tax money. It's
Yes.
Rule 1A, Rule 20A, something like that.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, Rule 20A money.
How much
Yeah,
is it?
I'll have to talk to the public works director about that. I don't know if we've spent a clump of it. Usually you kind of gather up a bunch and then you
Yeah,
spend
we
it on a
haven't spent any
project.
in years, so there's
Yeah.
gotta
That's
be,
something
We need to
look
start
at
putting
with,
the utilities underground.
well,
Yeah.
I wanna do the Fair Oaks, cause I think that's just dangerous, I mean, you got enough trees
Well,
on
I wanna do Glenwood, but I
it.
can't.
No, Fair Oaks had a fatality,
yeah,
it had a fatality, but it was a tree, but it's the
So
same
Jim
problem.
doesn't have to
That's a
do
good
it,
question.
because he already got his done.
We've already got our utilities done.
Gotcha.
The fatality was a tree or a person?
It was a person in a tree,
In a tree.
in a tree right there.
We can't be parochial with this, you have to exclude yourself from a recommendation. by-
I'm not on Fair Oaks, Fair Oaks.
Can I
Oh,
second-
you're one of the community guys there.
Can I second his recommendation?
Yeah, okay, I guess you can, okay.
Yeah, it's
No
too
problem.
dangerous.
Well, those telephone poles along there, they, not only are they a safety hazard, but they visually
are
block,
everywhere.
they block.
They are
Well, but
everywhere.
that road has got
We need
4,000
to-
cars.
You're right, we need to find out where we are with that money and what we're
Yeah.
doing with it and what the level of it.
Because I got somebody in our neighborhood that will go out and get the signature. We'll pay the bond, you know, you have to get a bond. The citizens have to pay a bond to get the money. They-
Oh, for assessment district?
assessment district.
Right.
And I know the woman, she's got 4 kids there on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and her kids can't walk across the street because it's so much traffic, so she'd do anything.
But let me tell you what Palo Alto did, but I lived there at the time. To put the utilities underground there, they took one section at a time. And it was over a 10-year period, I don't know if it's all done or not now. And when they did it, the homeowner, you know, they brought the utilities to your, outside your house, and then you had to bring it all in, and you had to put in, I had to put in a new electrical box, is how it works. And, but it was.
It was worth it, wasn't it?
It was worth it, yeah.
And I never forget when I took a busload of utility executives to London when I was on the PUC. And I kept walking around, I said, where are the wires? You know, there's not one wire in London, the whole city. I kept saying, where are the wires, guys? I yelled back,
Nobody else
hey, where are the wires? You know, no wires in the whole city.
I think it'd be a great idea, and I think if we did it on the basis that we take one section at a time, because it's pretty disruptive.
As long as it's Fair Oaks, I agree.
Let's put that on the list. Let's put that on the list.
You can put your bid in
Put it on the
with
list.
everybody else.
Underground utilities.
Underground utilities with Prop 20A money.
Right, I think that's okay, I'll vote for
Because there is
that.
a lot of money in there, I know. Because I looked at
Can
it.
I put assessment district / Prop 28?
Yeah,
Alright, okay.
because I know that the neighbors in this area would pay.
Any other ideas you have, can you write to Deborah and get them to her in the next couple days?
AE.
So for the action for this is what I'll do is I'll email you the list with the council's comments, and then if you could turn it around and get it back to me with.
It might be good next
if you
time
have
that we
any
have the
comments.
meeting before the council meeting.
Well, we spoke about that. We kinda got messed up with our timing, but
I can-
Deborah and I had already had that conversation.
Where does that tea?
This is Texas Christian University.
Because my high school was purple tea, that's the first time
Oh,
I've seen that.
this is
since I went to high school.
TCU.
Tooele, Utah.
I was
The Buffaloes.
I was a two-sport letterman.
The Buffs, the Buffaloes.
Well, we're the Horned Frogs, the mighty Horned Frogs.
So you wanna do item 7?
Set the next meeting agenda and the time, okay. So we've been having these meetings like every third month.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to have one.
Well, let's do it before the council.
We need to have one before the final budget. It'd be good if we could do that.
Yeah, we need to review the
Do
budget
one in
before the
June.
council.
Let's look at dates here.
Well, the council's gonna get the introduction to the budget on May 16th, so I don't have that for you.
No, but before the council sees the final budget recommendation, is it possible that, so that week of the early June, when we
Yes,
get
we could
together?
have a meeting in early June to go over the budget.
After the 5th.
Well, wait
After
a
the
minute.
5th of June.
Right.
June,
Because that's the election.
let's look at June.
I'd like to look at it after the 16th, but I don't know when the
The
council.
5th is a Tuesday in June. I'm gonna be gone from the 23rd, so
23rd of June.
June, yeah.
Well, what
Well,
about
the
the 12th?
20th is the council meeting, so we need to do it
Oh, there's an
before that.
audit committee meeting scheduled on the
The
12th
20th
already.
is the
Well,
council.
why
You
don't
wanna
we
do a
have that?
joint audit committee,
On the 20th.
No,
12th? Huh?
When?
that's not good.
It's
'cause
already on your calendar, isn't it? Do
is
you have
it-
it
I
on the
don't know.
12th?
Wait, is it on my, I don't know.
Do you have June 12th on there?
No, I don't think I do,
I
actually.
don't know either, I don't. Let me look.
June 12th, I'm flying home from Minneapolis in the morning, but I could be here in the afternoon.
June the 12th?
What date is it?
I don't have it
Tuesday.
on my meeting, but I'll put the audit committee meeting on there.
So if you wanted to meet in June, I think, the 5th is a Tuesday, the following Tuesday is the 12th.
What's the week after that?
That's
What
the
is
19th,
council
the
meeting?
day
Council
before the
meeting
council
is-
meeting, so
is the
it wouldn't be
20th.
helpful to me to meet with you the
So
day
what's the
before the
date you
council
want to-
meeting.
When is the audit committee meeting, what time is it?
2 o'clock on
2 p.m.
June 12th.
And what are we gonna be doing on that?
I don't
The
know.
budget.
Do you think well, no, they don't do the budget, the audit committee is not charged with the budget.
I'm
What if we're gonna have a
talk
joint finance?
Why don't we do this? Can we have a 2-hour meeting and the first hour is audit, the second hour is finance? Do you think we can do it in 2 hours? One and one, or the finance committee will probably
You're
take
gonna
longer?
combine them on Saturday, aren't you?
I don't know what the rest of the council is gonna do.
You got 2 members.
I can't say what the council,
Okay.
we're
So
about
yes,
20% and so is June.
We could schedule them both on that day.
Right,
We could
okay,
have the agenda item here for, the budget, reviewing the budget. I can see if the investment manager is available that day as well.
So everything happens on June the 12th.
If they can't, yeah, if they
Okay.
can't come back,
Already
we'll
know that,
do
look
it
at
over the
your house.
investment manager at the next meeting.
we'll try and do the June the 12th, we'll try and do June the
June
12th.
12th.
And then we'll set the time, after
Okay.
Saturday.
$1,500.
Okay, you know where we are, a quarter through.
Alright,
Your ground is very hard.
So,
That's your-
can we have a motion to adjourn then?
I move.
Second?
What is your name?
The time now?
Mark
Yeah, it's gonna,
Mark what?
2 o'clock, we'll
Plutinski.
confirm in an email.
Plutinsky.
Okay.
Is that gonna give
That's,
you enough time now?
Polak, that's,
Probably.
what is that, Polish?
That's right, yeah.
I'm a Chicago guy, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
I know that language.
You know all those people in.
If you're doing